Good evening, Tasty Nation. This is Mark Hawaiian Trader. It's about 4:45 Hawaii time, 7:45 West Coast time, and about 9:45 East Coast time. Real quick, I want to do a real quick update on like a post-market peek of what happened in the market today. Earlier in the day, I was running around and I did send out a tweet real quick because I was still watching QQQ, and I was hoping it reached its halfway point for a real quick turnaround. I'll show you what I mean right here. Here's QQQ on my Thinkorswim charts. I still use these charts for teaching for my private coaching clients, and it's just great for context. So here's QQQ, and here's the 15-minute chart. So, well, I'll go to the daily chart, which I was looking at. I kind of was looking for the market to do an orderly downward trend, and because there was this big gap down the other day, usually it retraces halfway. Okay, and then look, that's what it about did. See, so on the daily chart, when there was a big down move like that, that's kind of, I expect it to kind of the next day kind of rebound, and then hopefully the next day it goes further. So it's easier to see on my 15-minute chart, which is right here. Okay, so each of these little ticks are 15 minutes. So because yesterday was this big down move right here, like I'll just kind of zoom in just for this. So here was, what is today? Wednesday. So this is Tuesday. So because Tuesday there was a gap down from here to here, and then took that hit. Usually it retraces halfway between the high and the low. So the high is right here, the low is down here, right? Halfway is right around 140. I think usually the day it's grabbed down here. So I don't know. I was looking at about 140 or so, and it did that, and I thought it was gonna give it up. See, it's around 140 right here. Okay, so it's about halfway between here and down here. So I figured it could rebound back to that. You know what I mean? So down, up, and I'm hopefully going down. And I thought it was gonna break down and just kind of fall apart, but they didn't. Today, the last hour they goosed it up, as you can see here. Each tick is 15 minutes, so 15, 30, 45, 60. The last hour, 15 minutes or so, they rallied it back up. So as you can see on even on my tweet that I put out, I can click on, yeah, see, I put on my tweet, watch QQQ right here. It has retraced about halfway. Hopefully it starts to drop right about here. And I'm thinking right around there, I was hoping, yep, it would turn over, and it did, but nope, they faked us out. All right, they went, and right after I posted that tweet, sure enough, they rallied that sucker back up. Okay, but didn't go too far, so I'm hopefully, now here's what's happening overnight thus far. I'm hoping it gives it up, and tomorrow it'll be a little bit gap up opening and it'll fail. I'm looking for the same thing like this. And so what that'll look like here is a nice orderly downward trend here. This is red, this is red. Hopefully this turns over and then this spikes back up. That's what I want to happen. Will it happen? Who knows? Okay, but it doesn't really matter. IV rank is still relatively high based on, as you can see, and I'll go back, I'll change this to a year, right? And let me change this to IV rank because that's the most important actually out of all of these. So let me load up IV rank only. Let's load up, there we go, IV rank, there we go. So, boom. All right, so as you can see, IV rank is still improved over the last year. It's still the highest, on the higher side, been over the last 12 months, okay, 52 weeks. So golden geckos are still good. Half a golden gecko is even safer. And as you can see, IV rank is high, so you can actually collect money on both sides of the trade, the puts and the call side. Private coaching clients kind of know how to plan that. Don't forget what I taught you on how to do that to avoid any black swan events. Now, so that's what I'm looking at for tomorrow. The other indexes, let's take a look. Here is your grid page on Tastyworks. I love Tastyworks. If you want to know what has IV rank, all you do is I'll go to your home page right here, go to grid right here, and there's a drop-down menu. Tastyworks is great. You can go on based on a bunch of stuff. Tom's watch list, the market right here. Okay, and you can create these filters. I always have mine set with the arrow pointing down for IV rank in descending order from highest to lowest. And here's the markets right here. As you can see, futures don't really do high IV rank. You got to use the actual indexes. So which I'll do right here. These are notable stocks, IV rank. Okay. Actually, I like to look at liquidity too, though. Let's look at liquid stocks. There's a lot more. IV rank, so these are supposed to be liquid underlyings to trade. And in your filter here, I always have it descending order. And these little blue tabs mean there's something noticeable about it, or notable about it. And you'll see that when you click on it, it'll be right there. See, right, SPY. So I can click on, I don't know, what's high? Here, what is this? Never heard of it. Rite Aid. Okay? It'll see right here why it's notable. You know what I mean? You can expand this. You can click on this right here. And wow, okay, perfect. A whole bunch of stuff right here. And if you use your filters right here, you can filter by what? I usually want to, if you're beginning out, please exclude earnings within the next 60 days. You don't want to look at anything that has earnings in the next 60 days. Why? Because that'll push up IV rank, and IV rank usually will not collapse till after earnings. Okay, so I'm going to exclude earnings. IV rank, the safest is at 50, so let's just go to 50. That's ideal right there. And then I want to uncheck these because I only want liquid options, 3 or 4 stars. The best is 4 stars. There's only 2 of them, right? Blackberry. And so let's go back to this, and I'll uncheck this, and here you go. Liquidity wise, right? Let's check notables real quick. I'll do the same thing on notable stocks, and it's the same filter, Costco, right? So let's change this real quick. I'm going to drop it down to 40. Okay, there we go. So there's QQQ. It's the only real big ETF. Oil, of course, maybe. This is Abercrombie and Fitch, Costco, and whatnot. So you could do your Golden Gecko in any one of these. Golden Gecko again, you click on that. It'll show you, you know, why it's notable right here. It's a liquid ETF and IV rank is high. Okay, well, it was about 50. So you can click on it like this, and you can do your Golden Gecko, which is a specific type of iron conduit. The studies have shown 45 days expiration is the best way to start collecting theta, best time frame in which theta is the best to collect, and 1 standard deviation out of the money, and I start off with 10 strikes wide and I adjust it from there. It'll remember this once you get this set up. If you want a link to Tastyworks and get this platform for free, go down in the bottom of this description of this video. It'll say here, get Tastyworks here. Just click on that, and you can it'll be a link to get Tastyworks for free. And I'll zoom out by clicking this, and it'll default. I always click this so I show the percentages, and I always want to get the puts I'm selling and the calls I'm selling to closest to this 1 standard deviation line, that first dotted line, dashed line right here, and the call side on that other dotted line dash here. And these are kind of one up on that second 2 standard deviation. So the numbers I want to get to is 84 on the bottom and 2% on the top. I want the stock to stay in this green area. All right, that's one where you can do it. I can still collect $1 for this. That's really good because IV ranks at about 45. All right, so as far as what else I'm looking at, I always kind of keep this open. And if you want to know what I look at, usually in the morning I have it set to this, and I just watch. Oh wait, and I clear the filters real quick, and I'll just reset this, and so I see all. I just want to see everything. And green, of course, is up, red is down, and I just get to watch what's going on. And then, I usually have this screen open right here, and I'll do the minute chart right here, just so I can see what's going on, you know, minute by minute. I usually have it in the background if I'm not actively trading something, because I do a lot of multitasking. All right. If you want to copy these charts, and if you have Thinkorswim, just do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, hit like, really appreciate it. Send me a message with your email. I will send you over a link to all these charts, and it'll load up for you pretty quickly. I do have a 4 pattern grid set up here, so I do have my I can actually, well, you could, like, I could expand like this, and sometimes I actually watch it this way right here. I'll just go like this, and I'll just restore sales, and it'll be a 4 grid chart like this. So I'll have my 1 minute chart here, my 15-minute chart here, my daily chart here, and even my weekly chart here, and I just kind of, you know, just watch them. And then basically I can just get a quick overview on what I'm looking at. And to expand it, all you want to do is, let's say I want to expand this daily chart right here. Okay, I just go to here, click on this, just hit maximize sell, and this is maximize, right? You right click and it should be auto range auto zoom, which is already fine. And then see this little grid thing up here, you can just cycle through them. Okay, so that's kind of how I have all set up. By the way, there was a glitch, I think, and sometimes people's private coaching clients, if your Thinkorswim got screwed up or something, just give me a call. I'll log into your computer and set up everything for you again. Not a problem. I'll set up your charts or whatever you want to do. I used to have watch lists. Now I use Tastyworks because it's a lot easier. But I have a watch list for indices, high IV rank ETFs, and high IV rank stocks. And I have it in descending order with IV rank. This is how it used to be until Tastyworks kind of rolled out. And now that Tastyworks rolled out, it's just so much easier. You know, I can just search whatever I want. You know, anything, notable stocks, high option volumes, and it'll tell me why it's notable, right? Liquid ETF. This is a QQQ. I can type on Hertz, right? Why it's notable, high IV rank above 50. I can do, see these purple, it's perfect. Look, this is earnings. Ooh, wow, oh wow, Micron has earnings. I forgot. Why it's notable. See that little E right there? Hold on, let me clap. See a little E? That means earnings in 1 day. See? Earning announcement. Earnings will be announced in 2 days, right? Well, because March closed, so that's why it says 1 day here. But on 6/29 after market is done. Perfect. See, Microsoft earnings in 22 days. So when there's earnings, watch, let me show you MU real quick. When there's earnings, the reason why if you're beginning, you want to watch out for earnings is because IV rank stays high until after earnings. See how high, see, here's earnings, and look how high IV rank is, and it dropped below earnings, and then, sure, look, the week of earnings spikes up again. Okay? So that's good and bad. Good is you can take advantage of this high IV rank. Okay, bad because this could be in a big move depending on what news they announce. You can see a huge, more than 2 standard deviation move in one day. And if that happens, you got to watch out. If you're wrong on direction, you could take a real big hit. That's happened before in other stocks like Tesla, Apple, or whatever. You can see what happened with Apple in earnings right here. Okay, so here's earnings, right? Look how high, perfect. Look how high IV rank got on the day of earnings. See this? And I'll just zoom out a little bit. There. Here, did I lose it? Where did it go? No, that's the one, right? Okay, so here's earnings. So see how high IV rank got, and that's what you're selling. You want to sell high and buy low. See how high it is, and it stayed pretty high. And then as soon as earnings came out, look, where was it at? Earnings just got as high as IV rank got as high as 61. Earnings came out the very next day. Bam. Right? Look at that. Earnings dropped. I mean, IV rank dropped all the way down to 37. So if you're, and this is a great golden gecko move because as you can see, it pretty much stayed within that range. So great trade there. All right. All right. So anyway, I'm going back to QQQ and I'll be watching this and I'll post something tomorrow morning if I see anything good. All right. You guys have an awesome night. Talk to you guys later.